But as incredible as that sounds, that's not even the craziest part of my testimony. The craziest thing that happened involves my son, the one I waited 20 years for. The date that this particular miracle happened was on August 9th, 2024 at 3 o'clock in the morning. 3 days prior, he got a small fever, little congestion. He wasn't feeling good, extra cranky. We called an emergency line and kind of told him what was going on with our son. And the nurse said, if the fever persists by day 3, go ahead and bring him in. However, at that age, because of teething and growth spurts like that, it's not always uncommon if they're uncomfortable to get a little bit of a fever temporarily. So we were worried, but we're like, okay. However, after that phone call, he got worse. He wasn't sleeping. He wasn't eating. And like I said, by August 9th, 2024, at 3 o'clock in the morning, my son had a temperature of over 101.3 degrees. He was completely red all over. He was just hot to the touch. He hadn't eaten in 2 days. We kept trying to feed him bottles. He just didn't want to touch them. He wasn't sleeping. And I have him currently at 3 o'clock in the morning. He's in my arms and I'm scared out of my mind. My wife's in the bedroom. She's in the bathroom just putting on sweatpants and a t-shirt because we're getting ready to go to the emergency clinic to go get him looked at because he's not getting better. He's actually getting worse. And while I'm holding him, I'm looking at him and he's like laying there limp on my shoulder, wheezing. He's just looking at me and you see tears coming down his face, but he can't cry. And he's like, Daddy, help. He's like, Papa, I need you. And me as a father, I don't know what to do. I'm not a doctor. Dude, this was the most incredible thing that ever happened to me in my life. And I can never unsee it. While I'm holding him at 3 o'clock in the morning, waiting for my wife to get dressed so I can hand him off, a voice comes in my head and he said, trust me. And I thought I was going crazy. And I knew who it was talking to me. And it was Jesus. I said the simplest and shortest prayer of my entire life. I just touched his head and I said, be healed in the name of Jesus. And like that, I'm telling you, it was instant. He sprung up like there was like a weighted blanket on his chest, on his shoulders. And he looks at me, he starts smiling, he starts laughing, he starts giggling. He's no longer red. He's no longer hot to the touch. All of a sudden, my wife hears little man laughing and giggling out of nowhere. She turns around crying and she's like, what is going on? And all I did was told her, and I started crying. And I was like, he's gonna be okay. And after that, gave him to my wife. He was playing with her nose and facial features and she's laughing and crying at the same time. She takes him into the living room, feeds him. He drinks a full bottle, man. Goes straight to sleep for 8 hours. And I wake up in the morning, we check his temperature, was 98.5. Perfectly healed in an instant. Like